Hello, welcome to Creative You. I have Sharon Kuhn with me today, and she is a knitter and crocheter, and she is going to show you some of her things. And we have little sleepy Sandy girl here. So Sharon, how long have you been knitting and crocheting?
Oh, I started when I was a young girl, probably 10 or 11, but then I stopped for a long time, and just recently, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, started knitting again. A friend got me back to it and introduced me to the yarn shop Creative You, and yeah, I've been hooked ever since. My house looks like a yarn shop now.
Who taught you how to knit and crochet?
My grandmother taught me how to crochet. I believe I was a self-taught knitter, believe it or not. But yeah, and now when I come across a stitch that I don't know what they're talking about, I'll either usually ask Catherine or just YouTube, and it's right there so that I can do things that I never thought I was able to do before.
YouTube is great. So
Yes.
What do you have to show us today? Do you
Well,
like to make things for yourself or for other people?
I've made most of the things for other people. I do have some scarves and things that I have at home for myself, but usually they end up in someone else's hands. So. One of the things I'm working on, just about finished with, is it's like a market bag.
Oh.
I used, oh my God,
Isn't that pretty?
And then these are the straps, but I'm sort of at a standstill right now trying to figure out how I want to put the straps on. They're saying to use grommets, but I'm really concerned that it will unravel the knitting, so I'm looking into other options to
Wow, and you lined
attach
it?
handles. Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty.
This is for my daughter, and she wanted something that would contrast with the color of the purse itself, so we have navy blue with sparkles. It's sort of
I
hard
see
to
the
see.
I know, I see the sparkles coming through. And what is the pattern?
You know what? I don't know.
Isn't it
It's a
from
drop
the
stitch.
Pickles ladies that do?
It could be. I did this such a long time ago, I can't even tell you what the pattern is anymore. But I did put a pocket in the lining so that
Oh, that's nice.
foam, so you can sort of see what the
Oh,
material
that's
looks
pretty.
like. Yeah.
Oh, a pocket is nice.
That's for my daughter. I have another one at home that I've made for my granddaughter, and that one I still need to line and finish that way, but the knitting is all done.
So you made these. They're pretty. And this is Ella Ray Sun-Kissed cotton yarn.
Yes, thank you. I couldn't remember the name of the yarn.
But you would have to put holes through. Well, I agree. I think that would tear up the stitches.
Yeah.
So we were talking about the purse handles that just clip on. You can buy them and they just clip on. I think that would be a solution.
I think that's.
And these are so cute. You could
I could still
tie them on the side, or
yeah.
oh, I think it's cute.
Yeah, oh, that'd be cute. Yeah.
But I like the rustic look of the yarn. This was like a gray color called beach something, I think. Right. Well, that'd make a pretty top too.
Oh, that would.
Now where the pocketbook? I move Sandy, or I am not going to be in this video. She comes and she runs all around like crazy, and then she likes to sit on her sofa, and she's had to learn to share it with customers. Yes, I know you want off. Unfortunately, she's not a cuddler. I was very disappointed about that, but oh well. Okay.
The next thing I made, this again is for my daughter. It's a beach bag. That's the bulky cotton.
I think this is, the designer is Pickles. They did the Pickles thing for children because I downloaded one of their pocketbook designs called Drop It Bag, and you have drop stitches this way, and because of that, this bag just expands like crazy. But man, this feels great, Sharon. So you use bulky cotton.
Yes.
You use Cadia bulky cotton.
And then I also put in some, I saw some of it here, sparkly yarn, just to give it a little bit of kick with lime color. That's just regular cotton as well. The bottom I made out of just 2 colors knit together of just plain cotton yarn to pick up the colors that were going to be in the purse. And then I also lined the purse and picked up the lime green in the pockets on the inside.
Oh, yeah. Wow. I love it.
And you, Catherine, showed me how to do these handles. It was, yeah, I was stuck there. And so Catherine helped me out there showing me how to.
I had done a, boy, this is pretty, crocheted bag out of the same yarn, Cadia bulky cotton, called Daisy Fields Tote by Lavender Chair. And it was really fun. Now I have to line it because, you know, if you don't line it, you're going to get things poking out. And if you have cookies or something, you get crumbs. It is better to line it. I just haven't really found a fabric yet that I want to line it with, but it is the same yarn. It makes great purses. So there we go. And I will look up the pattern and put the link on.
Okay, I started another one of these for myself, but got sidetracked on another project that I was working on.
What a great gift. What a wonderful gift to give somebody. And I just saw your next project, so this is not the same yarn though. I was thinking it was, but I'll grab a ball of Cairns yarn.
Yeah, I knitted, it's the pattern Queensland collection. This is the Izzy kimono that I made. I haven't blocked it yet, and Catherine and I were talking this morning, and I think if I block it, it will turn out to be a little bit longer. Right now, the length, I said I'm not real happy with the way it fits, but I think if I block it and stretch it out a little bit, it'll do the trick.
Right. I mean, the color is very pretty, and I think blocking will get rid of that rolling too.
How do you think?
On the side. But honestly, Sharon looks really cute in it, and when she blocks it, it's gonna grow a lot. You know, it's gonna hang down a lot. But how does the cotton feel on? How does the fabric feel?
Nice. Yeah, I really like the yarn.
So it is I would call it a heavy worsted weight cotton yarn. We have a bunch of things made from it. This is a crocheted cowl that people always want to say this reminds them of kitchen rugs. The kitchen rugs that their mother had, but believe me, done with different colors, it doesn't. This is a quick and easy scarf called the Gloriose scarf with one skein, done on I think 19 needles. It's actually for a heavy yarn, it comes out very drapey.
Do you know, I think if I would do this on a bigger
needle.
And then it would stretch down further as well and be more loose and open, which is more
your style.
Me. Yes.
And then that was a little baby sweater. And again, this is done on bigger needles too.
I think that's what I needed to do.
When it's bigger, it's, you know, I was saying on a podcast, whenever I make something for the first time, I always call it my prototype, and people laugh, but until you make something, you don't know how it's going to turn out. You don't know the pluses and the minuses, and then after you make it, you do. So maybe that would be nicer on a bigger needle.
I do have another color of the same yarn that I was going to try again. So I think what I'll do is go to a larger size needle.
And there are lots of choices of colors in this yarn. So that is Cairns. This is what it looks like. And it's a flat yarn, what they call a tape construction yarn. This one is Kangaroo Isle. What was your color?
Oh, my
Sydney
goodness.
Swans?
I think maybe it was. Yeah, it has a lot of the reds and greens.
And what are you making now?
This is just the, what did they call it? It's just a narrow scarf on this same pattern page. Joan skinny lace scarf.
Oh, gotcha.
And using what was left over from the kimono to work up the scarf.
There we go.
Which I think once I get it done, it'll be very
I kind
pretty.
of like that top on the top.
The short crop top.
Right.
That's a more lacy pattern as well than this. This is really a straight knit purl almost kind of pattern the whole way up.
Does yours come down that far to your thigh?
No, I think once I
block it,
it will. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
It is so fun making things. My husband even says, "Oh, what are you making now?" And then he'll say, "Oh, well, did you finish that other thing you were working?" Not yet. Yeah, husbands keep track.
They do, and they also my husband keeps track of if I'm starting to make something and I don't like that color combination or the way it's turning out, I would just pull it all out. And he said, "Are you pulling all that out?" And it's like, yeah, that's
husbands,
the beauty of it.
They don't understand that. You just did all that work.
Yeah, but it's relaxing. I enjoy it, and it relaxes me, so I really don't mind. And it's like you really want to find the color combination or the gauge of the stitch that will make the project something that you like.
Right.
Yeah.
There was a man that wrote into a podcast and he said, "My wife is always starting all of these things and she doesn't finish things, and I don't think this is right, and I think you should give some advice, basically get on this lady's case." And they just said, well, she's enjoying the process. And I had a customer yesterday that said that. She said, "I've realized I'm a process knitter, but I don't finish anything." And I said, "You will." I said, "You will. One day you will start pulling these things out and you'll finish 5 things in a week." I know, because I've done it.
Well, I'm in the process of doing that too, because this is something I've started back when you had your one trunk show. And this is as far as I've gotten, but I'm thinking this was probably about 2 years ago. And now that I finished the kimono, I'm back to
things always show up so different on the screen, because this has like a light pinkish color in that doesn't show up at all. It's like a light blue, gray, pink, yellow, so many colors, but on the screen it looks like browns and grays. Oh, that's too bad. This is nice and springy.
The pattern that I'm doing, and it'll be like a longer kind of kimono type kind of thing that I think will just look awesome with the blues and the colors that are in the yarn.
Stitches.
Would look really nice with a pair of jeans, I think.
Right. I think so too.
So, but I'm a bit stuck on the next step, so I'm waiting for Catherine to lead me through.
So at some point you're going to drop down these stitches in between the...
Yes, and that's where I'm at now. So
I'm
that's
sort of fun.
Stuck. I'm concerned that if I drop the stitch, the whole thing will unravel.
It won't. I've done it,
but it's done with a Louisa Harding
Lirico. And here you can see the colors better, but the light pink still don't show up. It's a 50% cotton, 28% acrylic, 22% polyamide, 262 yards. It's a worsted weight yarn, but it's nice and light.
Yeah, very. Yes. Yeah, I think I'll really love wearing this when it's done.
Well, dropping down the stitches is scary, but it'll be fine. It will totally be fine.
I just can't imagine this is going to end up that length.
I thought I had...
It's like magic.
I thought I had something nearby that I had dropped down all the stitches, and then as soon as I finished it, the yarn was discontinued. We got a husband alert.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Okay, thanks.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Yeah, so, yeah, I'm thinking this is actually going to end up being that whole length. And it's almost like the drop stitches go the opposite direction of what I knitted before.
It'll get turned, and the drop stitches will actually go... Yeah, the garter stitch will turn on its side. If you can see. Well, it will be interesting and fun.
I'm about to take an adventure. This I did a long time ago. You had done that as
the Beachcomber shawl.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Wow, that is long. But I have been on the beach on a cold, windy, and I'm like, where's all the shawls I knitted? So I think you use Cadia Lunis, which is a mercerized cotton, and it kind of sparkles, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And then I think you use Cascade Sunseeker,
Yes.
which is a kind of a sparkly blues. But boy, talk about nice and drapey. Have you worn it yet?
Not yet. We're going to the beach this summer, so it's going to be in my suitcase.
Oh, that is gorgeous. Wow.
Yeah. And then one other thing I have, I think this was the very first thing I knitted after I found your shop.
Oh.
This is also...
Do you remember the name?
I do not.
It's the Pebble Beach Shawl by Helen Stewart. And this is Blue Heron
Yes.
rayon metallic yarn.
I love the yarn.
You can get spoiled with Helen Stewart's pattern because she gives you line by line
Yes,
everything you need, how many stitches that you should have on the needle. And then when you have a pattern that doesn't have all that, you feel cheated.
Mm-hmm.
She really babies you and pampers you. That is really pretty.
Yeah.
Very pretty.
This I have worn. Yeah, I love this. So I think that's all my goodies that I have along.
Well, I hope you enjoyed seeing all Sharon's things. Do you have any advice for knitters?
Just don't give up. If you run into something that you're not sure how to do that stitch, I would either come to Creative You and ask Catherine, or I would YouTube it.
Go to your local yarn shop. I remember years ago, they didn't have any yarn shops around, and I was working on something and I got stuck. And we didn't have YouTube, we didn't have Ravelry, and maybe it was a mistake in the pattern, but I found a yarn shop. I had to drive an hour, and there was a sign on the door: we will only help customers who have bought their yarn here. And my heart just dropped. And I know when people come in, I just try to help them. Maybe I'll gain a customer because I remember what that felt like. And sometimes it's just a very small thing that you get so, I guess, blinded by looking at the same words that you don't see some little thing that's right there. And what about crocheting? Do you crochet?
I do have, do you know what? I do have that along. I have a top, one of the other projects I've been working on and set aside for a while. Let's see. This is another shawl that is going to end up having fringes. It's knit with 2 different kinds of yarn.
Oh, this feels soft. You take 2 fingering weight yarns. It's like a 4-hour shawl. And yes,
Boho. Yeah.
The Boho Expression Fine Arts. Really, it goes so fast. You probably spend as much time on the fringes
As you do.
and you can put beads, but 2 fingering weight yarns. This is Nubble. I reckon that is so soft. It's a luxury yarn. And they drape really nice, and you can make a bunch of them. Yeah, we have one customer that wears them to work, and then everybody wants one. Hi, Katie, if you're watching.
Katie is the one that got me started.
Yes.
I saw it on her and it's like, oh, I like that. So
Yeah, you see it on somebody else and you think, maybe that would look nice on me. People who don't knit or crochet, they don't know. Like, what do you do with this shawl? Would I look stupid? How would I wear it? So, anything else you want to say before we sign off?
I think that's pretty much
All
it.
right. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.